Hello, everybody, and
demons.
welcome back to Ride
Oh,
or Dies,
I'm
your
so squished.
favorite internet D&D show. You're squished? What do you mean?
I'm very squished in the overlay.
Hold on. All right, I'll fix this live on air. I don't even know what you mean you're squished.
We're back to the early days of Dungeons and Dakota, everybody.
I'll tell you, I'm a wide person. I can tell when my face has been squished. You keep squishing me. You squishing me more.
I'm trying to fix it. No, that's the whole limit of your camera, my friend.
No, because you've gotta do it. You've gotta change their size via like cropping rather than like trying to squish them into the box.
How about this?
Speaking of, we've just gained the great.
Is this better?
Just like this the whole time.
Zariel, hey, what's up?
I thought we were starting. I thought we were starting at a new time. My bad.
All good. Wow, the beard. Holy
look, it's
shit.
perfect. Look how good I look.
You look amazing, Keith.
A beautiful visage for the first time. It's been revealed.
I forgot. I needed a change, and anxiety and clippers is an ugly combination.
What a vibe. Well, it looks great.
It does look
Thank you. The only thing that sucks is I shaved yesterday.
Oh, that's a lot of shadow for one day. Goddamn.
Welcome.
All right, well, some of us are little baby boys who can't grow a beard to save their life. So why don't y'all shut up?
Like me.
And some of us are a Tolkien dwarf, apparently.
Exactly.
I think you should rock like a big huge mustache.
I can't.
Handlebars.
The mustache looks terrible on me because like this little part in the middle doesn't grow in. So it just
lean into it. Get some grease on there.
I look like a sad walrus with just a mustache.
Anyways,
get you some mustache oil. And
we are back after a month-long hiatus from our campaign to come back to Illyrian Odyssey. And we luckily ended up last time in a really good stopping point to take a month-long break. So I'm gonna go ahead and recap things. But before we dive back into the game, a word from the shittiest world's worst sponsor, Prime Gaming.
I thought you were just gonna say Cameron.
Cameron.
I don't think that's how you intro this.
The weird way to intro our sponsor.
Yeah, well.
What's up, you little consuming cockroaches? Welcome back. We are taking another look at Prime Gaming. And have you ever wanted to play a little brief fact check? Little fill the time myself as I search this up. Have you ever wanted to play a video game?
Yes.
Sometimes.
No.
I have, actually.
You know, I have.
Once or twice.
Actually, anti-video game.
Have you ever wanted your video game to be
Could be?
to be from 1998?
Occasionally. Knights of the Old Republic, rise up. Holy shit.
Well, that
I
game
like
isn't in our that fucking game isn't available for us. So maybe shut the fuck up.
All right, never mind. Sorry.
Instead, today we're talking about Baldur's Gate.
Hey.
This is Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. It's available for free from Prime Gaming. You do need to make an Amazon Prime Gaming account now because they're getting into the market and they removed any other options from their free Prime Gaming loot. But you can get it for free. You can also get a whole bunch of other skins and cosmetics.
Wow.
Because that is apparently a useful form of stealing your money.
Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Hunter. I appreciate it.
My God.
Yeah.
Dakota, if you ever interrupt my ad read ever again, I will flay you alive.
All right, sorry. My bad.
Now, what else can you do with Prime Gaming membership? I'm so glad you asked. You get a free subscription that you after you link your Twitch.television account with your Amazon Prime account, you get a free subscription that you can use on your favorite streamer on Twitch.television, not on any other streaming platform, just Twitch.television. Every other streaming platform is available. It helps out the stream and it puts money in our pocket. So thank you. Back to you in the studio, Dakota.
Money
What
in
is
our
that command supposed to be?
I wanted to set up a command that links to everybody who streams on Twitch that is with us right now.
Everybody?
I guess that's just me and Keaton, actually. But I don't think I set it up. I did it for the Shadowrun one, but I haven't done it for Odyssey yet. Thank you. Well, that's not even working, apparently.
It didn't work.
Yeah. I love the idea of you linking to every active Twitch streamer.
I like that. That's hilarious.
Just at.
Just all of them.
I did it.
Just go here. Link. Type it in.
Thank you, Amazon Prime Gaming. I appreciate the sponsorship as always. You're a treasure and a gentleman.
And the shittiest sponsor ever, according to our host.
I don't know who said that. Anyway, does anybody else have any messages or anything they want to get out to the public while you can soapbox?
This is a PSA to people who like RPG and RPG video games. Dragon Age Origins is not very good.
What the fuck did you just say?
That's it. That's what I have to say.
Keaton, you are uninvited from my birthday party.
Sorry to say. It's not very good.
Sounds like a skill issue.
It is a skill issue. Major skill issue.
I know. I'll just let my party die while I waddle my goofy ass behind her to try to get a backstab.
She's got 600 kills, and the party combined has less than 100 without my main character. I'm like, oh.
So, with that, we are going to dive back into things. With a short recap of where we left things off. So, last chapter in Odyssey, the party returns to Athelos to deal with some growing threats after neutralizing the Lich. One of which was the Mournbringer soldiers that had set up base in the city, and another was the sense of duty that Saren had felt to her goddess Setica in order to cleanse an altar that Setica promised in exchange for Saren's gills back. The party set out to find this altar and cleanse it. While there, they encountered some Sawagan and some more of their aquatic allies, and met a new companion in the form of a wizard or magically inclined person by the name of Dunka. They cleansed the altar only to feel a sense of ominous unease around the act, as it was revealed that some other entity was linked to this altar as well, and that Setica herself may not be everything that she's claimed to be. The party returned home to Athelos to deal with the now pressing matter of their contract with the United Republics Trading Company expiring, and and the possibility of a representative from the company approaching their shores. So, with that, we're going to dive back into things, and I'll say you guys wake up. It is another rainy day in Athelos, and so far as you know, the day is yours. Charlotte appears to have she appears to be staying at the local tavern for a couple days until the next boat heads back to the mainland.
I would like to call a meeting in the dining room. What do we have? Do we have a war room?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
room with like a small table and like a map set on it of like the surrounding area.
Can we?
Let's
Did
go
you
to the
end
war
up
room.
doing the giant nude painting, or can we do the meeting in that room?
That's just the parlor, but yeah, we could do that.
Perfect.
All right, to the nude painting room.
I
Need
feel
a
like it adds
ground
ambiance to
plan
any
of
team
this,
meeting
of
that we
this
need.
mansion.
I'm picturing like a Game of Thrones style planning room where like the table instead of a map of Westeros is just the nude painting over, and then we're just making notes on directly on top of it.
Oh my god.
And according to Saren's left ass cheek, we have resources here.
16 miles between the nipples.
Perfect.
The Twin
We will
Peaks
cut off
of
the-
Charlotte.
Oh my god.
We will cut off the enemy here.
He was
Titties.
first to climb up there. Okay. Excellent. I'm gonna not do my accent during this because I need this to be very clear. We're talking about math. So right now, taxes as they are, I added everything together, did the 25%, and what we actually owe in money is 585 platinum, 6,615 gold, 14,566 silver, and 3,022 copper. DM loves giving us silver.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got a lot of silver.
So much fucking silver. And then I
Okay.
do so my question today is gonna be like, okay, how much is appropriate to cook these bugs? How much before they get suspicious? Additionally, on the realm of like items, I've brought this chest in here today. I've like brought a chest. And so far in the chest, I have a bunch of items that we don't use and don't need. Silver necklace, dwarven plate armor, not the ancient dwarven plate armor, different set. Crystal crown. We had 2 of them. I'm gonna keep one because I like it. A red brooch, 4 of the silver bracers, 2 stone busts, 2 silver chalices, 3 emeralds, and 3 opals. I'm thinking if y'all have found some miscellaneous in your notes, we can add them to the chest and be like, these are the items we found. Here you go.
I have an elemental gem of fire that is said to be the key to the skull door. I don't remember what that is.
That's from the Barrow, the Lich's hideout. Blackwater Barrow.
Oh.
Okay.
There was
That
a
kinda
big
sounds-
big skull door, but you guys just mined through the wall into the study.
Oh, that's right.
We're amazing.
You guys love fucking tunneling. Holy shit.
We had the key to the
Well,
front
That's
door.
why
Most
our group-
efficient way.
Our group should be called the Mole Men. But
I
whatever.
didn't realize we
Anyway.
had the key to the Lich's house the entire time. I've had that since
You-
like session 4.
It was it was hinted. You found the elemental gem nearby, but you guys wanted to tunnel so that you possibly wouldn't lose the elemental gem. I do think
Okay.
you used it at one point.
Yeah,
Okay.
In the
Can I get rid of it then?
in the Kruthix.
yeah, exactly, the Kruthix nest. It went ham and just started blowing up a bunch of insects.
Okay, I'm gonna get rid of it then.
I have a Sawagan harpoon.
Beautiful.
I also
How interested do you think he would be in a bunch of Kruthic parts?
I don't think very much, to be honest. And plus, we don't want it to look too like, oh, we just cobbled this shit together. You
Well,
know?
how much time do we have before now? Could I like potentially take some of the raw materials and maybe forge them into a couple random knickknacks? So we could like pretend that we had like Kruthic weaponry or something, and that's worth something. Dakota,
Can I? Oh, sorry.
how much time would we have in between now and
A
Eamon
few
hanging out?
hours.
Eamon told you that he was planning on coming by whenever you guys returned from the altar.
Okay,
You guys
so he's
returned
already-
the
He could be
other
there any
day.
minute.
Yeah. You probably don't have
Okay.
enough time to melt down a whole bunch of stuff.
That's fine.
Am I able to unattune from the skull shell bracelet?
You can try.
Oh, I would like to try to.
Okay, cool. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
So get rid of a cursed item and look like we're not cooking the books at the same time. It's a
Love
win-win.
give someone else the
Okay.
curse then.
All right, you said wisdom
As
save.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're at the war room, so I'm getting that bonus from Reggie, right?
Correct.
Hey.
And that's +3.
Yes.
Plus 3.
Right.
That makes
12.
6.
12. You think about taking the bracelet off for a moment and then realize why would you want to do that? It can empower your strikes. It can make you a little bit stronger. There's no reason why you would want to take that off, and you decide to leave it on instead. You could try again tomorrow.
Ooh, that bracelet's wearing you.
Yeah. I have a lockbox with the invisibility sigil on it. We never decided what to do with that.
Where did you get that from?
That was in, I think, the Lich's safe, the vault. We found it in there. We were gonna open it, but then we're like, oh, what if it casts invisibility on the thing inside too?
Alright. Hold on, I have to find that
I
now.
remember a lockbox. I don't remember a sigil, but I remember the box at the very least. Just the, he's not making that up.
I believe it. That does sound like something I would put in there.
Should we open it?
Might as well.
Well, one moment.
Oh, sure.
I'll if we're worried about a sigil on it, then let me try and help with that, and I'll cast a 3rd level dispel magic on it.
Cool.
Could you move your mic a little bit closer?
No.
Okay.
No, I just
He's got him scooch his booty.
gotta sit closer.
Thank you.
Dispel magic. I believe that's a skill check, right?
If the spell is a higher, if the enchantment that I'm trying to break is a result of a spell that's a higher level than 3rd level, I have to roll.
Go ahead and roll that check.
Okay. And then that's a DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, and I need to make just a ability check using spellcasting.
Correct.
That's a 15.
Let me see.
It was almost a 22.
You are able to dispel the original invisibility sigil on it, and even like a small locking sigil. However, you do detect the presence while you're casting dispel magic. You detect the presence of an additional glyph on the inside of the lockbox that
inside
you are
glyph.
unable to dispel with this.
Would I be able to cast it again?
Sure.
I will do another 3rd level.
Cool.
I will. That's less.
Yeah.
That's far less. One more time.
This enchantment seems particularly strong, and as you're throwing your magic into it to try and remove it safely, it is almost like biting back at you, almost as if this dark necromantic energy is like trying to overcome your own divine power. What's the 3rd one?
I hope this doesn't blow up. Come on, baby.
You got it.
If I cast guidance on myself, would that help? Since it's not really a skill check.
I think it is a skill check. An ability
Yeah,
check, yeah.
like. Can I cast guidance on myself and then?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. One last time. Oh shit! That's a natural 18.
Hey.
Plus 3 plus 5. 26.
26.
Nice.
Very good. You are able to finally dispel the necromantic power coming from the inside of the box. Now appears to be, for all intents and purposes, an ordinary though ornate box.
Toss the box in.
Cool. On the inside,
Wait,
you
we
find.
gotta open it first. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
You'll
I
open
thought
it.
you were dropping it into the chest.
But, let's see how much it's worth.
On the inside, you find a small scroll, of it seems like paper, very like worn parchment. It does appear to be that elf parchment that lasts a very long time without much care. And it does not seem to bear any sort of like spell sigils. When you detect magic on it, it doesn't seem to ring off of any innate magic. Yeah.
On the scroll, you see it's a receipt to Denny's.
Time long past.
The box says
3
business
grand
expenses.
slams.
No. We got his fucking receipts.
He was just starting to get his affairs in order,
He was getting his taxes ready.
and we killed him for it.
Yep,
Is there
for
any
that.
writing or anything on
Yeah.
there?
You open it up and in like a gold, like an ink like flaked with gold. You see, in the event of my passing, the enemy's
It's
name,
his will.
the enemy's name is Supremator.
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 Are we fucking fighting
That's a
the
transformer.
Autobots?
It's like, that's a transformer.
Supremator.
It's a transformer.
My God.
Make an insight check.
Make a
In preparation
fucking
for this, we are now
Autobot
known
check.
as the Autobots.
I think we're the tunnel snakes.
Tunnel snakes rule.
You
Tunnel
guys.
snakes rule.
Wow, I roll shit.
It's higher than 10. 17.
17. Garm.
10.
10. Azariel.
Oh,
Fucking nat 1.
Assuming you guys are all around. Everybody can make the insight check if you have it.
sure.
Sarah?
Sure. 23.
23.
Oh, hold on. I didn't think it was for everybody. Let
No
me roll.
worries.
So I was distracted by my amazing bracelet.
Ooh, 19.
19. No.
19.
17. I don't really know what I'm rolling for.
That's okay.
But
Saren,
Knowledge on Supremator.
Saren and Asariel, you happen to remember
Nice.
back from the Barrow, Blackwater Barrow. There you found a book there, and in it you found like a compendium of different devils and demons, and one of the names who read as a fiendish prince of some kind was the name Supremator.
Damn. All right.
And then Asariel, I would say that in addition to that, you probably also notice the similarities to that word that keeps coming up since you guys have arrived here, Supreme. That curse of the Supreme Lord, the Usurper.
All of our bosses have bosses. What kind of
I don't
game
want
is
to fight
this?
a demon lord.
D&D?
We already did devils. Demons seem like more work, honestly.
Especially big robot ones.
Well, demon lords will have to wait. We got to deal with the more pressing issue, taxes.
Taxes.
Is it a weird experience, like having someone with a devilish legacy and someone with a demonic legacy while they say these sentences by us, and we're like, okay.
standing against the wall.
Sarah's just like, these dirty devils.
Sorry, we didn't know what Supremator was, everyone. Jeez.
No one assumed that you would. I feel like we're kind of projecting there, eh?
Well,
So,
No!
do we want to
The
put
box
the
work.
box?
All right, hold on, one at a time.
how
The
much
box
is the
is
box
fancy.
worth?
The box simply opens and closes. There's no like latch on it. The only thing that was holding it closed seemed to be the arcane lock.
You said it was ornate, though.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fancy.
It's
So, like-
very nice wood. It's made with like a dark, rich black wood, and it
We're
has
adding it
like
to the
some
treasure pile.
fancy filigree on it.
I'll put the 3 emeralds and the 3 opals in the box. So it doesn't look like we just put an empty box in here after taking
Nice.
its innards. So
I have an additional emerald and opal I can drop in there.
Dope.
I don't think I kept any gemstones.
Hey, who wants Supremator scroll, by the way? Should I keep it?
Sure.
Keep it.
All right, I'll keep it. Scroll of
And-
Supremator.
Yawn.
Let
Do you
the
think
noble carry the
he
paperwork.
assumed that this Supremator would kill him? Like, how upset is his ghost now that we fucking killed him?
I have
Maybe
another.
Supremator was the friends we made along the way.
Yes, indeed.
Maybe he'll be happy. Maybe we took out the enemy for him, and he'll be grateful, and he'll give us
Enemy of my enemy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
This is a weird question, but does our little secrets wand does that reveal like hidden writing?
It does not.
Okay.
Just doors.
Yeah.
Well,
Two
I mean,
kid
How
doors.
useless.
yeah, probably not.
I assume we're keeping the Wand of Secrets, by the way.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
That one's what I'm going with.
The mileage you've got on that
I'm talking
one
like-
item.
Honestly, it's
Yeah.
been fucking solid.
But like, if anyone's picked
Uh,
up just like regular shit, that looks fancy. I don't know about y'all, but I've been collecting it like a raccoon.
I have something called Marble from Frog Guy.
Oh, wasn't there like a marble that was left behind after we killed that like frog demon
Yeah.
good dude?
Oh yeah. What's that?
What is that? Dakota's like, Jesus Christ, they're looking through all the fucking items.
I wish you had
Random
mentioned
here.
any of this before the session today.
I thought it'd be a
written down
fun
in my little
twist.
treasure
Well,
slot
we
down
didn't.
here,
Well, we didn't
so-
know it
I
was going to be a
do-
full inventory day.
I do have 2
We're just-
emeralds that I will put in
Come
that
on.
I will put in there as well.
I
Alright.
also
500.
I have a malachite gemstone as well. I don't have a value for that, but
We don't have a full value of The thing is, the chest is really just to be like, look, we don't need to
Here's what we
pay
got.
you money
Sure.
for items because these are here. That being said, I did incorporate the cost of my dress and cloak since I'll be wearing it. So if you have something that is super like visible that you need to report on our taxes,
I mean, I'll have the ancient
can write it
dwarven
down.
plate armor. The swords, I think I'm just gonna leave disapparated until the tax man is
no,
gone.
sure.
Oh, has he seen me use one of them?
Probably not.
I hope not. Okay, I'll keep my hammer. I made that.
I mean, we could also argue that like it belonged to you anyway.
Sure, Luciana has one. We could argue it's a
Mhm.
family thing.
Yeah, that
he
you like
happens to have
recovered a
it as well.
family heirloom.
Yeah.
So like you're not going to
Grumble in
pay
the
taxes on it.
excitement of itemizing our property.
You wouldn't ask the noble Mournbringer family to pay for their own heirloom, would you?
He's racist. Yes.
Oh,
You
I found a
racist
Reggie quote. While I
bitch.
was going through my notes, I found a Reggie quote, and the quote is, "Don't call us uncouth. We don't know what it means."
That's really
So
good.
good job.
Pretty cool.
The make an Arcana or Religion check for the marble.
I'm a checking.
Okay. Check and no,
18.
18. What? I mean, you have no like experience with this object whatsoever, so your knowledge of it is a little limited. Based off of what you can gather from those creatures that you fought, it seems to be like a currency or a contract of some sorts, some sort of like thing in between them. It is both an agreement and also the currency used to buy that agreement.
maybe we shouldn't leave that with
Credit
the
card.
trading company.
Yeah, let's keep that. All right. Frog
Can't believe
marble.
he
You have
stole
to cut
his-
it up
he
before
stole
we
his
throw it away.
MasterCard.
Don't leave home without it.
Oh
I'm
my
keeping
god.
frog marble then as currency / contract.
Oh, you said frog marble for a moment. I said fraud marble.
That's what we need right now, because that's what we're committing.
Cool.
Fraud.
All right. So, all in total, let's total up everything that you guys have. Not include. We'll leave off magic items for now. Saren, what was the treasure one more time?
Okay. a silver necklace,
Silver necklace.
dwarven plate armor, but not the ancient dwarven plate armor. I don't know how it's different.
Okay.
1 crystal crown,
Crystal crown.
1 red brooch,
Brooch.
4 silver bracers. There were 6. I'm keeping 2.
Okay.
2 stone busts. I don't think we ever talked about what the busts were. We found them in a tomb, I want to say.
Probably the temple underneath Barren Springs.
Probably. 2 silver chalices.
Okay.
A total of 3, 4, 5, 6 emeralds.
Okay.
4 opals.
All right.
A Sawagan harpoon.
Okay.
The ornate box, which I put the jewels in.
Cool.
I started writing. What was the thing that you had, Reggie? That was a malachite
gemstone.
Malachite gemstone.
You can use that to make orcish armor.
Dope.
Well, I need a couple more before I can make a piece, but
yeah, and that's the item.
Cool. And then
list in the chest.
Repeat the currency for me one more time.
What we owe, or
do we want to give them the real number?
No, just give me as the
This
DM the full number.
Oh.
And then let's decide what we want to actually try
exactly.
and pay. So 585 platinum.
Platinum, great.
6,615 gold.
Okay.
14,566 silver.
Okay.
3,022 copper. And that's the amount we owe, not the amount we've gotten.
Cool. Awesome.
I don't know about y'all, but in order to pay our currency totals, regardless of what they are, I probably need to make a run to the vault. I left a lot of my cash in there.
Do that. Carry a loaf of bread and some like butter or something with you. So if you come back and he's already here, you can be like, I was getting breakfast.
I'm gonna be gone for like a day and a half. It's all the way
I
over
thought
by
it
the
was
Black
only,
Citadel.
Oh, never mind then.
Oh wait, we
Don't
have the
do
Oath
that,
Gates
then.
actually, whatever they're called.
Was that on our way back from the Sunken Temple? Could we have retconned that we stopped by there on the way back?
We did stop by there, and he put more money in it.
We hadn't decided.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I have enough currency to cover the platinum and the gold, but not the silver and the copper.
So I do think right now the one that we can take the biggest chunk out of and not pay is the silver, because it is so much more than the others that if we make it closer to the number, like maybe a little bit more than the gold, I think it'll make sense.
Maybe even 10.
Yeah. Yeah, like let's do 10,000 silver. We'll do 10,566. That way it still feels like,
Okay. And then do you say we want to just tell the truth on the rest of them and just keep the extra silver, or I think like platinum we could cut down a bit on.
Yeah, platinum's pretty rare, so I bet we could knock off maybe 100. Does that seem fair to you guys? Like instead of 585, we could do 485.
Fine for me.
All right.
Sure.
Hang on, we got 2 other votes. No?
What?
Want to help with the tax fraud?
We all need to be on the same page.
I feel like
You're gonna
unless
snitch on us?
Reggie, this might shock you, but I am a notoriously bad liar. I feel like the less I hear about this, the better, to be honest.
That's fair. Maybe
if you don't mind, I think I'll take a walk, and then when I come back, you just tell me what I owe.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll work on that.
Would that be okay? Not trying to offload this on you, but yeah, there's a reason I don't gamble.
That is fair. But remember, it is always ethical to steal from large companies. That's it.
Sarah's just gonna leave.
Bye, Sariel.
Goodbye.
Talk to you later.
You said it's raining currently.
Yep.
Dakota.
It's like a light drizzle.
But I'm just gonna put my hood up and wander over to the just wander over to the is it a library or is that Hope's at?
He is currently residing in the tower, which he's turned into kind of like an enchantment workshop.
But there is I'm sorry, I'm having trouble loading it up, but we do have a library available.
Correct. Yep.
I'm gonna head over to the library for a little while.
Cool.
I'll let them know that's where I'm going.
Okay.
Now, gold is the ones that we have the most paper trail of. It's the one that we've all used for most of our things we pay for in gold. So frankly, I know it's a lot. I think we keep gold the same. That way, receipts are gonna match up.
we usually purchase in gold as well, so I feel like other places will have a lot of our money there. And then for copper, I don't care. Keep it as 3022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copper is. Yeah.
Garmin, no. How do y'all feel about this?
I've just been waiting
Been waiting for what?
my turn to speak.
Oh.
I've
Sorry,
got,
though. Get excited about fraud.
I've got a blue gem,
Oh,
a pistol. I
right.
think I opened the locked chest, but I'm not sure.
That is correct. You did.
Okay. I've got an emerald and an opal as well.
Dope. And these are all things you're gonna donate to the box.
Yeah.
Do you not
Cool.
want the pistol?
What would I use it for?
Shooting people.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably like an old ass decrepit flintlock pistol that'll fall apart as soon as you shoot it.
Oh yeah.
But imagine
this ancient technology pistols.
But imagine dual.
But even like 100-year-old flintlock will fall apart if it's used.
I suppose it's fair. I have no use for it. I just thought Noah wanted a pistol really bad.
Repeat that one more time for me now. Pistol, emerald.
Blue gem.
Opal. And a blue gem that I believe might have been used in a dungeon.
I don't think so.
I have a feeling that it might have been the door unlocks in that one puzzle dungeon that we did.
Oh, with the different colored
thingies.
Oh
gems.
yes, the glass gems.
There was definitely a blue one. I'm pretty sure it was the last one we got too.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
the
I don't
only
know
one
if
that didn't have to be.
It
plugged
probably
in.
don't have it anymore.
It's a paperweight.
I had it written down.
Yep.
It's a fancy looking paperweight.
I can also throw in a set of leather armor and a set of scale mail.
Hey, Eamon, you need some chaps?
It sounds like instead of being a samurai, he used to be a cowboy. So he's throwing away his gun and his chaps.
Tiefling cowboy
to
with a gun.
The samurai.
I've heard this before.
I do have a lasso.
A lasso.
Cowboy No is now my favorite No skin.
That you can purchase today.
Mm-hmm. He's 99 cents, but he's worth it. Look at his little hat.
Okay, so
He's got horns like going through it.
In terms of coin numbers, are we feeling good on our fraud numbers that we're presenting?
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
Garmin, no? You guys good? That fraud?
I'm going to refrain from answering this question because I simply think we should pay the amount that is owed, as that is what we agreed upon, but I'm not going to rock the boat, so to speak, on this?
Garm, if I could, I think we've all put considerable expenses into the project that would not be reflected by our agreement with the company. And I think that's the amount that we're taking off when we put it in perspective of how much we've actually spent. So, like the mounts, for example, were about 1,000 gold for all 3 of them. The amount of platinum that we're taking off is about 1,000 gold. I think it all balances out in the end, and the company's not losing any money other than what we have gained extra in the ability that we have achieved with the things that we purchased.
Oh
Does
no,
that make you feel any better about it?
Oh no, I understand, and I can't say that I feel particularly good about them charging about equipment that we have procured, that we are using to protect our own lives and those of the people who live in this settlement. But when it comes to the coinage, I don't really have much attachment to it. So, but
Okay.
it doesn't really. It is really not my concern. It
Well,
either way is something out of my pockets either way. So,
I
um,
not to interrupt, but I hesitate now only because you were showing discomfort and Isario literally had to leave the room because he was so uncomfortable with what we were doing. Perhaps this could be remedied by just giving them the money if it really is that much of a discomfort to our party. It's
We'll go with
only
the
a couple
groups.
hundred platinum and a little bit extra silver. It's not that big of a deal. I will have to go to the vault. I don't think we keep that much silver on our person. I don't
Guess a
think we could
ton of
carry
silver.
around that
You
much
don't-
weight of silver on our person.
You don't have to necessarily pay exactly the like down to the currency type what you owe. You can
Okay.
you can pay it and you can like minimize the currency types.
Okay.
Like
So maybe
10,000 silver comes 1,000 gold. You could do that too.
Maybe we fold it all up into the higher denominations if we want to. Well, I kind of want to get rid of some of the silver though.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say, I just don't want to that would clean us out of gold.
Okay. Well, no, you haven't.
well, hold
weighed
on.
in-
Sorry, to the table. Is that the grand total of what we owe, or is
No.
that what we owe each?
No, that's the grand total of what we owe.
Okay, because I have almost all of that money myself. The only thing I don't have is the silver and the copper. I have the platinum and the gold because I've not bought like anything.
It also doesn't include magic items that you found.
Yeah,
and it also doesn't include gemstones and art objects.
Okay. So then perhaps, Saren, our efforts on obscuring wealth should not lie in the coins, but in the magic items that we can prevent them from knowing we have. So that's easier
Yeah.
to hide value in.
Very well, you can pay the regular amount. I love
If
lying.
it's causing such a headache already, might as well just avoid it, and
Yeah, that's fine.
we'll make more money later.
Well, to be fair,
Okay, I'm
as
gonna divide it
well,
up.
the company has already taken more than its weight from us, and more than it deserves, in regards to the fact that Ragnar died.
Oh,
So
perhaps
I'm
this
fine
is.
with
Oh,
switching them
shit.
over.
Well, perhaps this is something to bring up with Eamon, to arrange for funeral or pain and suffering costs. How would you?
They have to pay for our therapy.
You have to pay for several years worth of therapy.
Which
I would
happens
point
to
out,
just
though-
turn out to be the exact
Fi-
amount that we owe.
585
500
platinum.
Let's go.
Pretty
in
expensive.
real
None of us
life-
have insurance.
In real life, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
I'm remiss to mention it, but Ragnar was not a part of the original deal. Asariel was, and when Asariel left and Ragnar joined, he was not necessarily included in the contract that Asariel signed.
No,
True.
absolutely, but he did help generate the capital that we are now paying back.
Absolutely. I think there's an argument to be made to Eamon. Knowing tax people as I do, I don't know if he would necessarily agree with the argument that we would make. I think he would probably say that it was a free choice.
I would like to see him stop us.
I agree. Okay, so then perhaps I take a bag full of magic items and some bread and butter, and I run off to the vault and pretend to be getting breakfast for the morning, and we hide some stuff there.
No is also gonna pull out what looks to be a piece of coal, and he says, "Is this worth anything?"
Is it a piece of coal?
Is it actually a piece of coal?
DM?
Not in his eyes. It
Mm.
looks like a gemstone, but
That's very nice, no?
Never seen a black gemstone before.
Someone's
Interesting.
been naughty.
black.
What color do you think it is?
It's a purple gemstone.
Oh, no, you might be a little colorblind.
Yeah, that's okay.
We love you. It doesn't change anything.
I'm interested. How do you get purple out of black, though? I've never heard of that kind of colorblind.
I don't
It's
know.
not black. Are you all okay? He's gonna like hold it right in front of Reggie's snout.
You know what?
His
No,
face.
that might be too precious. Maybe that's one that we keep hidden.
You want me to put it in the vault? It looks like it's worth a great deal to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a gemstone.
Right. Do you want us to hide it in the vault?
I've always had it. I don't know where it came from.
Oh, then it's not part of. If you brought it with you, it's not part of the tax situation. You're good. You're
It's
good.
not doing anything.
It's a
What do you
gemstone.
want
Is
us
it
to do
supposed to
with
do
this?
something?
I'm just wondering if it's worth anything.
No. No,
No
it's
is
not.
throwing chairs. Flipping tables.
Tell me if it's worth anything.
I have
What
this.
is it worth?
I have this stupid rock. What is it worth?
Meanwhile, Sarah just
I have a geode.
Yeah.
I can open. I don't know. All right.
Alright.
Well, anyone have any? I'm gonna haul around a big old bag like Santa Claus, but in reverse. Anyone want to toss any magic items in here? Well,
Is
like,
there any-
I've got my own hiding places. Thank you.
Is there any
Good.
like latent magical ability to this fucking rock I've been carrying around since session 1?
No.
Is it your trinket?
It's just your trinket,
Yeah.
right?
Jesus.
the rock.
Yes.
But I've also got a diary with 7 missing pages. So
Ooh.
Does it say written by Half Knock Warbringer? I could.
I don't
have
know. I haven't opened
57
it.
Pages.
Does it?
DM,
That'd be
sorry,
wild.
not to jump away from this.
Please jump away from this.
What are
I'm sorry. I'm
what are the-
exploring my inventory.
What are the walls of the mansion made out of? Are they stone or are they?
Oh my god! For
wood?
this?
Yeah, I have a
Coming
thing.
in here every session.
I have a thing.
It looks like
They're made out of mud.
it looks like a mix between stone and plaster.
Okay. So, Reginald, I
Yes?
don't think we need to go all the way to the vault then. I think I have an idea. We should be able to hide them within the mansion with a bit of magical trickery.
Oh, I have a dagger. Oh no, that's just my dagger.
Okay,
I have a
so
dick. Oh.
Just to be clear,
pretty
you're
valuable.
going to cover the coin cost up front, and then we'll pay you back our portions of it when we can get the money out of the vault. And we want to hide the
I
magic
can pay
items
for one.
here in the mansion with a bit of magic trickery, as opposed to hiding them in the vault. Even though,
Yes.
Dakota, with the portals as we have them, how long would it take us to get like to the vault and back? Like if I'm on a mount.
Probably a day's travel. From because you're traveling a little bit out of like a mile out of where you are currently to get to your rune gate, and then it's a bit of a it's like a half a day's journey down to the Black Citadel, and then a little bit to the east.
I'll just I can build a false wall. Well, it's not really a false wall; it'd be a real wall, but a temporary wall that we can put things in, and you can cut it open after.
I'm not opposed. I just feel as if there's one person that I feel like we should be hiding things as best as humanly possible from, it's the IRS, right? They're good at searching.
To bury it.
Do I get a sense after like 6 months of working with Eamon that he's competent at his job?
Yes, you do. However, he seems like he's a bureaucrat for the most part. He's not an investigator. He's not. like an adventurer. He's not gonna go out and like be a detective or anything like that. He's really good at paperwork, and at understanding like the administrative tasks that a new settlement might need.
We're gonna spend
So-
all this time trying to hide the wealth and items, and then he's just gonna drop receipts on us, a stack of them, and be like, "I know exactly how much you got from every dungeon."
I think the idea is that it's the exact opposite of that, is that he won't do that. But well, we can keep some of the higher cost items out of purview, but we can keep some of the more basic things around.
Sure.
I don't know, for example, like No's sword. I don't know why they would be charging that for something that we made, for example.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Okay.
So, let's,
So-
we can maybe show up with like one item each that
We found.
we could find, and then the rest get stowed away.
Okay. Well, then I will have my ancient dwarven plate armor on, and I'll not be. I guess I'll have bondsmith, but just not summoned.
Cool.
And I think. Oh, do my goggles count? The night vision goggles that I have. Damn it!
Anything
do
you
wanna-
guys have found while you're here.
I do want to keep those. I'll pay for those. I don't. I can't be blind again. Whatever that cost is.
Cool.
Okay. Then I suggest we grab Asariel, bring him back, and I don't know. Are we just waiting for Tax Boy?
You were
think-
told to meet him at the Longhouse.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Load up the cart.
Cool.
Yeah.
With £1,000,000 of money.
Yeah.
I'd like to. I'm gonna take off my cloak of protection and my ring and my shield. I'd like to hide the shield under my mattress. I'd like to put the cloak and the ring in my bag.
Okay.
That's it.
Cool.
I'm just gonna have like any loose items that people want hidden that are not Saren's specific hiding place. I'll just be like, here, just put them in my room.
Cool.
So I'm gonna put my staff. I'm gonna put the staff of swarming insects in there because I probably haven't actually taken it out of there anyway because I don't need it in town.
Yeah. I will toss
same.
the Wand of Secrets, the Goggles of Sight, and probably the Frog Marble in there. I don't know if it's worth anything, but
Cool.
We should probably snatch Asariel from the library and bring him back to hide any items before we go find our tax man.
This is such a complicated little issue.
A heist.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's a it's a heist in its own right.
Any magic items you want to place in Garm's room before we go talk to Eamon?
No, I'm good.
No? Okay.
I put my
We should leave
staff
then.
in there as well.
What
I
book are
forgot
you
about my
reading?
staff.
Cast Wall of Stone, and I just close the. There's no door there. It's just wall.
Cool.
Burn.
I want to know what book Asariel's reading.
The girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that one.
I'm just putting it away and leaving.
My people can't get tattoos because of the whole scale thing, so it's kind of a cool fantasy.
Oh, you can always do branding.
Noah's like tearing up. He's like, no, don't do that.
Well, it's actually very popular. Your dad did it when he was young.
I know. Let's move on.
Like-
What a weird custom.
Little weeping, like,
the scales it pushes out the ink.
No, do you have any tattoos? Maybe it's like blind spot and you have a tattoo on your back that's like your whole life story, but you don't even know it.
It's a
Does
butterfly.
I think-
We've
I
seen
think
him. We've
I
seen
think
him.
we would know.
We would have seen by now.
But I do think that when we started, I said that I did have tattoos. I just didn't know any of them.
I don't remember that.
He's got
We
a
should
tramp
do a
stamp.
thorough investigation of No's body later.
Tramp stamp.
Let's-
Tramp stamp of a motorcycle.
Anyway,
Crossed pistols.
He used to be a cowboy. That's the life that he forgot.
Anyway,
That he remembers.
you guys head over to the longhouse, and you see Eamon there, along with another clerk. Appears that he has apparently hired or brought over from the mainland, and they sit adjusting ledgers and kind of, you get the impression that they're preparing for this conversation, and everything appears very organized. They've like taken up the whole of that central table, and with just like various papers and different ledgers and books and things.
Imagine they just forgive the costs, given how much we've done for the town.
Honestly.
And in the center of all of the organized clutter, is the long contract that you all signed whenever you left.
Good.
We should have made Dakota write up a whole contract.
To be fair, No didn't sign with his legal name, so his legal God-given name.
Inferno. So he greets you as you guys come in. Good morning.
Good morning. We've brought you our money.
We brought bagels.
Happy tax day.
I'm pleased to see you are well.
I bet.
We bought coffee and donuts.
Good. Well, I'd just like to say thank you for everything you've done for Othalas so far. We hope that upon the conclusion of this contract that you will perhaps choose to stay and continue aiding our settlement, but as independent citizens, contractors, however you prefer.
Sure.
Now,
No leans over to Reggie during this and he says, as soon as we're out of this contract, we burn Othalos to the ground.
What a funny joke.
What a funny joke, No. Good
Hilarious
job.
joke.
Haha.
now
Haha.
I cast Flame Strike.
I'm aware that this is perhaps not the most exciting topic for some more adventurous types. So if any of you would like to excuse yourselves, I only need one representative with me as we perform the day-long calculations and ledger checking.
I miss out on this. I'm practically engorged. But since you only need one of us, and Assyria will immediately dip out.
Well,
I set my ledgers like thump on the table.
Okay.
I must not engorge. Boner is the mind killer. Boner is the little death.
the little death. I have to say that this sort of tax work is a bit too civilized for my taste. So
We're just one by one gonna abandon Saren.
These sons of bitches.
Go and pray in the woods or whatever it is I do. Plates is outside with all the money. So when you need coin, he's out there. And
I brought
and I'm gonna go sit in the library also.
Great.
That's it. Yeah.
I brought
buddies.
the coin bags in with me.
Great.
Yes. Saren's capable of carrying the coin bags, but we do have heavier items, so I suppose I'll stick around to help carry those in from plates.
Thank you.
And I'll go back out into the rain to grab them.
I will help.
Oh,
But then once I'm done, I will come in and I will set my gemstone on the table in front of me and I will sit down and I'll say, now it's time to discuss bird law.
What?
I don't know.
I fully ignore no.
Eamon introduces the clerk with him as Richard. And
Richard Dick.
he,
What's his last name?
he doesn't have one.
Is that all one word?
Yeah. Fuck you.
Dicky doesn't have one.
Richard, he doesn't have one.
You can call me Richard of South Mall.
Okay.
How small?
There's only one Richard in Southmont.
There is only one in Athalas.
I know a
So
Richard.
you do have a last name.
Richard of Southmall and Athalas is a little bit wordy, I think.
Is he human?
All right.
Yes, he is.
How do you... I'm sorry.
Typical
You're a
human.
bureaucrat. How do you sign your name if you don't have a last name? Surely anyone could just sign Richard.
It obviously doesn't come up much.
I find that hard to believe.
I bet it doesn't.
I will sign Richard's name onto the contract and be just signed it.
Look at that. We're done. We actually don't have to pay any taxes, Richards. You have signed off on us paying nothing.
You guys, we
Yay!
can't bully the tax man.
Yay!
Eamon appears to be chuckling a little bit at this lighthearted teasing. And he
Good.
goes over to Richard. He's like, don't worry, you'll get used to it.
No, you won't.
You'll die first.
Stop it, Keem. We're being booked, buddies.
Eamon then sort of like starts looking over your own ledgers, Saren.
They're beautiful.
And he is going to make an investigation check.
Can I say that
Oh god, he has expertise in ledger.
so I have two of them. One is for coin and one is for items. The coin one is accurate to our actual journey. The item one is obviously forged and
Yep.
like changed. Do I need to roll something for that? Because I do have
Sure.
proficiency in, or like I can use a forgery kit, and I have one.
Great. Let's do that. Do it with your intelligence modifier.
Okay.
Because you're essentially trying to obfuscate using numbers and accounting tricks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Will she get advantage because she has been working on this the entire game thus far?
That's
He
a
hasn't
question for
taken a
Saren.
lot of
Has she
notes.
actually been working on this ledger for the entire game?
I mean,
I think Kat's been working on
I know
this the
Kat
entire
has
game.
has Saren though.
yes, in that she has been recording everything and making notes of like what things we should probably hide from the taxman. And so when creating this new one, she used those notes.
Got it. Cool. Then I would say so. Yeah, you can have
Oh.
advantage on it.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. Beg for any scrap we can get.
21.
Cool.
Dang.
So they start looking over your ledgers and comparing them to their own notes and stuff like that. And as they starts, this all appears to be mostly in order. There's a few outstanding items, and he points out to like a couple of like small things on your ledgers, and all in all, it tends to balance out. He does make some notes in your favor, as well as some like corrective notes against you guys as well, which
Nice.
again tend to zero out in the long run.
Okay.
Overall,
Especially because of that harpoon.
because of you already forged it in your favor, he does end up marking up your currency total that you need to pay by about 100 gold pieces.
Okay.
And then as he's totaling up the different items and everything, all right, so we are settled on 585 platinum pieces, 6,715 gold pieces,
Mhm.
14,566 silver pieces, and 3,022 copper pieces. As far as
Yes.
currency goes, correct?
Quick interjection,
Yes.
if I may. Now, I know our contract makes no allowance or stipulation for some of these things. However, I would like to bring them up for your consideration to see if they may be worth any weight in this conversation. The first thing that I would like to bring up is the considerable amount of costs that this group has taken on in both the construction and defense of Othalos, as well as the procurement of a lot of this wealth, mainly in the style of mounts, food, supplies, things such of that nature that we would not have been able to achieve this large pile of money without. In large, my question mainly resides around the bigger purchases that we've made, the mounts and things that we have made. Yes, Saren, did you have anything?
No,
to add?
I wanted to support this argument, perhaps helping my friend in some way, by mentioning that these costs do outweigh the 5,000 gold we received at the beginning for such costs. Just as a note.
Yes. So it was in addition to those 5,000 gold that we had spent on other things as well, the building of brand new walls and houses and shops and taverns and the purchasing of the mounts and traveling back and forth between locations. All in all, this is a way of saying, would there be any consideration for the sum of money that we had spent on supplies whilst on this journey?
Make a persuasion check at advantage because Saren is helping you.
Thank you. Also helping by sitting looking very Chad-like and yoked.
That's good. All right, thank God for advantage. First one was a nat 1. The second one is a 26.
Very nice. Eamon sits back a little bit in his chair. Some small allowance can be made for this. I suggest we wait until the end to make any sort of amendments in this, because I have a feeling that there could be some adjustments in your favor again as we continue with the proceedings. However, I should remind you that unless you are intending that these mounts are the property of the United Republic's trading company and not your own personal property, they cannot be considered part of our contract.
Okay. I didn't think of that.
As well,
What
What about like
the
gas
United
money?
Republic's trading company did provide for your equipment before the onset of your journey, and told you that any equipment that you were to provide, or that you were to procure while you were on this expedition, would be provided at your own cost, as outlined in Section 3A of the contract.
Yeah, okay.
What about
However,
gas and fuel? We had to feed those mounts.
What about
What's our
corn
price?
Again, unless you are considering the mounts property of the trading company, then any
Okay.
expenses
It's like
related
having
to
my
them
own car,
cannot
but
be
going
considered as an amendment here.
They're not going to give you a
Alright.
gas stipend, Cat.
I think
They should. They should.
need
Is
I
all I'm
remind
saying.
you as well, to your third point, that any expenses paid towards the construction of the settlement, and including the walls, watchtowers, those were paid directly out of the town's treasury, not out of your own personal coffers. Certain other expenses that have been completed in the past few months, such as the tavern, such as various shops, and particularly the library, were paid out of your own pocket, and I do believe an adjustment can be made in that sense. However, if I'm to understand, Garm, in his capacity as town alderman,
Mayor.
did use some of the
Mayor.
town's resources to aid you in their construction as well.
Mhm.
There is room for some concessions here. However, you should know that most of what you've been paying as far as business expenses have either come directly out of the trading company's coffers or out of the town's.
Right. Sounds like we're on the same page then.
Great.
Okay.
Well, hold on, Saren, and Nose smacks the table. I don't think that we're all on the same page.
Objection.
No. What do you need us to explain to you?
Because there has been a far greater cost paid, Eamon, than just that of mere money. I'm talking, of course, of the cost of life. Throughout the course of this expedition, many lives have been threatened, harmed, and dearly taken from us and from you. Okay. Some of them, the own townsfolk that lived in this town when they were aligned. Hey, Saren, did you have something to add?
Yes, I would like to come to the aid of my friend once again. We have suffered a lot of, injury in response to the mission that we have been sent on. And I would say, under, 4C and 4D, it discusses such items of us being willing to face that risk. The risk is more than we thought it was. The risks have been higher, and so the death and injury has been much higher than previously agreed upon in this section of the contract.
Reggie, you have something you want to add?
I was gonna say, if 4C and 4D is like far enough away on the page that they don't immediately get a chance to read it, I want to cast Minor Illusion and change what it says on the contract.
I believe, let me look up that spell. I do believe that is a noticeable spell of casting, just so you know. I think it involves either verbal or somatic components.
I was just hoping maybe there was a clause and I could just stick that clause into the contract. I was trying to tell the truth.
So you have
Karen has
to.
a spare bit of paper that's
It
just
does.
sliding
It
over top.
involves hand movements, and an arcane focus. Just so you know.
Just like doing this.
You can
It's
try.
like, don't-
It would require a stealth check to be able to pull it off without doing it.
Does your stealth check be at disadvantage because I'm in my armor? Because I'm not like moving.
No, I would say not. I would not say so.
They start to flip through the book and they get to the page and Reggie just goes, "Whoop!"
You hear the armor
Speaking of Reggie looking, just Reggie looking like the guru in Sly 3, like waving his staff around.
Exactly.
You were trying to tell the truth, though?
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you die on your own then.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion
I
check at
assumed-
advantage.
I did assume, Dakota, that there was a clause that
Sure. Yeah.
talked about the risk.
I think that's
outlined.
correct.
Okay. God.
Did not sign up to fight a lich twice.
True.
Yeah.
That is a 21.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
This is correct. Based off of initial scouting reports, the dangers presented in this region were greater than initially assumed. We could provide a deduction for this. However,
Thank you.
again, I suggest we continue keeping all of these amendments that we would like to make until the end.
That's fair. What do we need to do
What else
between now
do
and
we
the
need to talk
end?
about?
As far as the items go,
Yes.
at a quick initial estimate, we would imagine that these items are around about the regions of 12,000 gold. Is it your
Is
intention to keep any of these items?
The items that we're talking about is specifically the stuff that we brought with us, right?
Correct. The silver necklace,
Okay.
the dwarven plate armor, the crystal crown.
Okay.
No. I am planning on keeping the dress that I'm wearing that I did find. So out of my own money, I would like to add an amendment to add 800 gold. I believe that is about the same price as this nice fancy dress that I found. But other than that, all those items are yours.
In that case, the trading company will pay you the remainder of these items. They will be considered the sole property of the trading company from this point on, and you will receive a deduction of 9,000 gold to account for your 75%
rad.
share in them.
Dope.
As far as magic items go, I notice your records seem a little light on mentions of magic items.
I will say, most of the magic items that we have found have strangely been tied to the locations that we found them in. For instance, the temple at Athalos, the place to the north of us. And because of this, they were useful for a time, and then became non-magical once they were either used or left their locations. For instance, the red brooch that you may have found in that item pile was once magical and is no longer, unfortunately. Same with the stone bust. They were able to speak when they were in the graveyard where we found them, but now they are quite silent.
Make a deception check.
Gladly.
Lot of hours I spent with that bust, just speaking of the world and the many benefits of large corporatization of it.
Wait, real quick. Can I help Saren by pointing out that I'm like, this is the dwarven armor that I'm wearing. This is one of the items that we found, but it's one of the only ones that stayed magic, and I'm keeping it. So I will pay whatever the cost is to keep this item. So I'm going to try and be honest by showing off that
Cool.
we're keeping one of them.
Same with the dress, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know if they. Okay.
Eamon,
Sorry.
They haven't included it yet, but yes. They
Okay.
have
Sorry,
noted
I
it.
have to. I forgot to add my High Priest cowl to the list as well.
No worries. So,
Eamon, you would have loved
deception.
this bust.
Okay.
What
Do I
what
get-
a what a pal he was.
You did not get advantage on this one.
That's fine. I got an 18, so it's not bad.
Understood.
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Oh.
Take advantage.
Here we go. Hold on. What? There it is. That is also an 18.
Nice.
So.
Very well.
Goodbye,
We-
inspiration.
Sorry.
Wasn't worse.
We
Wasn't worse.
Wasn't worse.
are not unfamiliar in these matters. We have drawn up contracts such as these with other adventuring parties before. Ones which, admittedly, are a little bit less scrupulous in their record keeping than you have proven yourself to be. For these situations, we offer two solutions. One, we could do a thorough counting of every magic item that you've brought, everything that you're wearing, including the two apparating weapons that we have noticed your dragonborn friend here carrying around town. Yes.
Excuse me. Those items are actually not related to the quest and are the personal property of the Mournbringer family. They are unrelated to our contract with you.
Understood.
If you'll notice, actually, Luciana Mournbringer has one of the swords, as I passed it off to her when she arrived, so I only have one of the remaining heirlooms here.
Did you not find it while you were in this region?
I found it as a result of a family quest, not as a result of the contract. As much as I understand you may be willing to take this on as part of the trading company, I think you'll find the Mournbringer family would not be very happy if they were charged for their own property.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh shit.
I love it.
Well,
I'm happy
that's
to
the rich-
provide you with Halfnock Mournbringer's records of how this belongs to us if you'd like.
He does have those.
Some
Have that.
somewhere the
He-
matriarch is smiling.
Eamon, you will remember that he does have that book and he will bust it out any chance that he can get.
I haven't used it in so many sessions, I need an excuse. It's a 21.
21, very nice. So, as I was saying, we do have a stipulation for this. We can either do a thorough accounting and perhaps come into a legal battle of sorts with the Mournbringer clan over who is the owner, the rightful owner of this item that you've procured under our contract. Or we could provide a simple buyout option of all of your magic items where you are allowed to keep them for an amended price of 5,000 gold pieces.
What did you say?
Ow.
5,000?
5,000 gold.
Out of character. If we were to try and give like a rough estimation of how much the swords would be worth, what individual price would we? Was it like 2,500 each, or is this like just because there's more than just
Do you want to? Are you asking this to me or to Eamon?
to you?
Give me, I don't know, like a history or blacksmithing check, I guess. Ian, we have a what's on your mind redemption for you. What's on Asariel's mind right now?
Currently, like what? Actually, he's trying to find. He's scouring the library and making small talk with Garm, but on his mind is he's trying to see if there's any books on elven artifacts. He is not thinking about this situation at all whatsoever.
I'd be willing to pay the
That is so
5K so they
exciting.
don't come snooping.
I also am not against paying the 5K. I just was hoping that we could lower it somehow. I don't know. I was also trying to. I don't know if DMU caught that, but I was trying to pretend like we had found 2 swords and I had already sent one home with Luciana, as in it's
Yes,
not
I got
here anymore. Okay, cool, gotcha.
My question really quick is that 5K, would that come out of the 9,000 that we're getting paid for the items we did get back?
essentially.
Like, okay, so we're not really spending more money. We're just gonna get less money from those items that we did turn in. I am comfortable with that because that's gonna buy their. They're not gonna come up to our house. They're not gonna find our vault.
Reggie's a little shaken, if only because he rolled a 1 on how much the value of the sword is. But
what if this is useless?
This.
all right.
I mean, you have no
I've been
frame
holding it from the blade the whole time.
You have no frame of reference for how much this sword could be worth.
I'm suddenly thinking
just covered
maybe
in
it's coal,
stickers.
just like Nose gemstone. Maybe I think it's a sword and it's actually just a big old lump of coal.
That is a gemstone.
That doesn't make me feel better. No. All right.
It's still on the table. He holds it up.
Saren, if you think the bookkeeping can account for the 1 sword that we have left, I think we can go ahead and we can pay for that.
Yeah. So I didn't include. I will say to the tax people, I didn't include it in my ledger for the purpose of it being a Mornbringer heirloom, but I would be willing to amend that, and add that 1 sword, into it. And I think the 5,000 is fair. I would rather do that and make it just easier on all of us.
Excellent. So, in total, we have a 4,000 adjustment for, a 4,000 adjustment in your favor on the taxes owed currently. In addition, for the extra danger incurred on this expedition, we will grant a 500 gold reduction. In addition, for your service in building up this town, we will grant another $500 gold reduction.
500 American dollars.
Let it go. Let it go, Kat. Let it
No,
go.
actually, it's 500 Canadian dollars. So
It's Australian dollars.
You're
gonna be
playing
less.
You gotta call them
Fallout,
loonies.
and you're like, old world money. Fuck.
I collect it all the time. I put it in a bathtub every game.
So, that brings your total tax liability to a net of 5,000 of what you owe. Net subtraction 5,000 what you owe.
So
For
we only get
items.
5,000?
For items, magic items, and additional costs incurred along the way, be they dangers or town investments. This is what we are willing to offer.
Sounds
Garm.
right.
Sorry. I think when we were recounting some gems that I was trying to turn in earlier, they did not get added.
Which ones?
That I would have turned in. I had 2 emeralds, both worth 500, and 1 opal worth 250.
Got it. So it would be net
375.
Great. Net 6,375.
Dakota's favorite terrain, finance.
Mine, math. I was at a party last night. We were literally talking about math for a bit. I was like, this is great.
Gross.
This is my favorite party.
Okay, so we owe
How
less
is it
than
you live?
5K now. So what do we owe?
Numerically, Cam, numerically.
Let me see. 5 minus 6,375 plus
3.
100.
3,200.
I'm
gonna
you
give
should
you
have
it-
kept it
I'm
at like a fifth for the taxes. With there's 5 players, and then 1 person could just be the tax holder.
I'm going to give it to you in simple gold pieces.
Okay.
So are we getting paid, or are we?
No, you are not.
We owe money.
We're just paying less.
We're not
We're
getting tax
buying the
return.
magic items off of them.
Mm-hmm.
In total, for the buyout of your contract, you owe 7,676 gold pieces and 82 copper.
Sorry, could you say that one more time?
7,676 gold pieces and 82 copper.
And is that with the currency added to it?
Correct. That's
Okay.
everything all together.
So that's just our total. So we can still pay for some of that in silver, right? I have so much goddamn silver.
Yep.
We'll get rid of some of the silver for sure.
And silver, that's 76,768, and then 2 copper.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be 1,535 gold per person and 16 copper per person. Really not that bad.
No.
Whew.
The final matter, in order to close out your contract, we will need a organizational name for your group.
Oh, fuck.
Molemen.
Dupe.
Not the
Tunnel
moment.
snakes.
We had a name, didn't we?
Tunnel snakes is pretty fucking funny.
What happened to the name suggestion thread?
Did we have a name suggestion thread?
I thought we
Isn't it
did.
like 500 years or something? Ain't that our name?
Oh,
500
Jesus.
years.
No, not 500 years.
The
Doesn't
mole
make any
man is
sense.
fine.
I know.
But
I'm trying to
I don't want to
remember.
be the fucking mole man. Can we go to
I
break?
do.
Yeah, let's go to break.
Can we go to break?
With the newest and most powerful threat that the party has faced so far. We will see you guys in 15 minutes.
I'm pretty sure fart was one and it was an acronym.
We'll be back. Goodbye.
bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ride or Dice. We
You gotta
have
save that for the
finished.
memoirs.
We have finished picking a party name. So
Yes, we have.
as Saren and Reggie finish undersigning their name on the contract, Eamon says, it's a good name, don't get me wrong. I can't help but notice from my experience with you the acronym.
It's like a great big letters.
Yeah, exactly. But
Hey.
if this is what you would like,
Security.
if this is what you would like to be called, then Othalos Security Squad, thank you for your service to the city.
You're welcome.
Us.
We are the tunnel snakes.
All right,
Ooh.
are you paying your tax then?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Not happy about it.
So that's
We'll
Yes.
7,676 gold pieces and 82 copper.
Reminder to anybody who didn't write it down already, it's 1,535 gold per person, 16 copper per person.
I need to go to the vault.
1,533.
35.
35.
35.
I will.
Paying rent.
Do you not have like the money at all on you, Reggie? Because I'll.
Not all of it. No, I'm short like 500 gold. I was just gonna let
Alright.
Saren pay for me, and then I was gonna pay her back whenever I go to the.
I
vault.
can pay for you.
Yeah, she's here.
Just be sure to pay me back.
Dakota.
I'll
Why
add
is
that
there a
money
battle
back
map
into
up?
my-
I just changed it to the city. I haven't updated this city map in a while. I
fighting
need to
Eamon.
change it. Yeah.
Right now.
I think Roll20 changing the map that it has up always makes me nervous because I assume something's gonna explode on the map at any given moment.
I think that's fair. It's like when Matt pulls out a battle map that he has prepared from this side. He's like, okay, we don't need to do this. We don't need to do this right now.
Actually, let's turn around.
Well, in that case, again, thank you so much for everything you've done for this city, and for myself personally, as a personal thanks, I'd like to thank you for not only saving the lives of these folk who have entrusted you with them, but my own life as well. I wouldn't be here today if it hadn't been for your own actions.
No, you're absolutely right about that.
And for that, though it does not put a dent in what you've done, I would like to personally give you this. And he hands you a sack of 250 gold pieces. The townsfolk that were here when the Lich originally besieged the settlement took up a collection and wanted to thank you.
Oh my god, we crowdfunded the peasants.
A whole lot
Oh,
of good
no.
this is gonna do.
We are very appreciative of it. And actually, Amond, if I could ask one personal favor. I've been spending this time, creating the ledgers, keeping track of our adventures, and when I return home, which is something I'm going to do one day, I'm planning on applying for the secretary position of the priestesses. Would you be willing to write me a letter of recommendation?
I would be happy to.
It seems like something that's going to be useful one day. Thank you.
Networking.
What is this campaign?
Saren,
I don't think this
wrote
is
ass on a
Dragons
contract.
anymore.
I'm more than willing to take this out of my share, but not to insult the gift that you've offered us with this gold, but I'd honestly probably rather put 250 just back into the town than have any particular use for it. So, Eamon, if you wouldn't mind, could we distribute this back out to the people somehow? Or maybe
Or use
I don't
it
know,
for a
set up
building
a-
project?
maybe a
Throw
new
a
project or
party.
something?
Perhaps.
Put it in the town's coffers?
I
Festival.
certainly can.
Perhaps a festival.
Festival of Ass.
An ass festival.
I'm right here
Oh,
with
to
you, man.
celebrate all our many achievements.
We could certainly see about throwing something together.
Fantastic.
Ass fest.
You should know
Fest.
the Princess Winfrieda is currently on her way. I've got
Oh right.
word
Ugh.
that her ship should be arriving any day now.
God, I hope pirates.
I'm sure
hit
she
it.
will want to thank you for your help as well.
She's
Who's Winfrieda?
out of character. She's not here to
Okay.
take our house, is she? That's our house.
I doubt it.
She's gonna try and take our house.
Who's Winfrieda? Sorry.
Better
She's
sink
the
that
lady
ship.
that gave us the contract.
She was the
Yeah.
halfling woman who was in charge of the trading company.
Mm-hmm. We look forward to seeing her. That'll be pretty cool.
Is there a purpose to her visit, or just to visit?
Gonna live
Well,
here
she
now.
wants to inspect the settlements and see how everything is settling along. Perhaps get a handle on what our imports and exports to the colony could be. She has a keen mind for trade and economic matters.
All right.
I don't believe it's anything that you'll need to concern yourself with, but I do imagine she'll want to meet with you.
Gross.
Okay.
Well, may she have a safe journey, seeing as there are so many dangers on the waters between there and here,
Indeed.
such as pirates, or Sawagan,
Very true.
or Kraken, or shark, or giant squid, and No's just gonna keep going on listing.
All right.
All right. I think we're okay there.
Around
So-
this time, it's basically nightfall. After going over everything and tallying everything out, it's barely past sunset. Yeah. So you guys leave. It's still raining. Probably a little bit harder than before.
If y'all don't mind, I had an idea. I guess can we gather in the mansion real quick? I want to talk to everybody
In the war room or in the naked room?
in the
The
naked
nude
room.
room.
What if
We're
we gather in the
strategizing.
library? Just for
The
a change
library's
of-
got so many
just for-
books.
A change of scenery. Okay, never mind. Fuck me. Let's gather in the naked room.
I was down with
What if we
that.
You
what
can
if we
bring the
kissed
books
in the
if you want
naked
to bring
room?
books. No, I didn't realize you were so big into reading.
Nope. I don't know
You
how
can
to
read?
read.
Oh,
Anyway, you all gather.
Anyway, thank you for bringing him up, Reggie.
Thank you for the
Okay.
party hydrate, Tokyo.
thank you.
I just closed this.
You guys all gather in the parlor of the mansion, which happens to hang the large nude portrait of Saren and Charlotte.
Fantastic.
Jesus.
You know, Garm, I've been to the library twice today. And I feel like I still haven't read a thing.
Oh, when you're reading for pleasure rather than for purpose, sometimes it just doesn't really stick there.
True. On to more important matters, though. I
Oh,
would like
fuck me, I
to
guess.
discuss the party's next moves.
Reggie's being a piece of shit today.
Jesus.
You're not talking about a nude painting. What do you want?
What's gotten up Reggie's ass?
I wanted to meet at the library. Reggie said, "No, you're fucking stupid." No, verbatim.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
I make one comment and suddenly suddenly we
Show
got
me
more
these
important things to get
books,
to.
No.
Anyway,
Sorry. Proceed, my little lord.
What does everyone get up to then? What do we want to do?
No.
I'm gonna bow in reverence to Reggie.
Thank you. Finally,
No.
some respect. Anyway,
Proceed, Master Mornbringer.
anyone got any fucking clue? No?
I don't know.
No? No idea?
I don't
I
know.
I think this
Sarah-
is the most.
Sarah's
I've-
crying.
No? Ethereal, anything other than groveling from you? Anyone got a fucking plan for what we want to do now that our contract's over?
I
Anyone?
think this is the most that I've seen Keegan act like Dakota.
Damn it.
You know, Reginald, you look like your grandmother when you snip like that.
I will cut
Burn.
off your balls.
That's something she said once.
A constant threat in the Mornbringer household.
Serial looks at Saren twice.
Oh no.
like she's made that threat at least twice.
Oh, I thought she did it at least twice.
No, they grow back on Dragonborn. They grow back. It's fine.
Look at Dakota.
So, all right,
Anyway.
Reginald.
I literally just wanted to ask, what are we doing? What's up next? Like, we're gonna go to sleep. What do we do tomorrow? What's the plan?
I honestly have no idea.
There's a few places that we can check out, but I don't know how we'd be able to approach it. There's the tower, but right now, as far as I know, I'm the only one who can approach it. We could also put some time towards trying to research this whole dragon problem that we got coming up in a few months.
9.
And
Yeah, we got a
Dakota,
while.
can I get the map real quick? The
Yeah.
world.
Good drink.
Absolutely.
Where's
We
the
could drink. That's a fun idea.
For 9 months.
for 9 whole months?
We just drink
Uh,
ourselves
like-
into a stupor.
So where was the general area of the place that I was told by the ghost?
Give me a second. Let me pull up the map on here as well. I'm a little worried. This is gonna be. Oh, it will be. Ruh-roh. Hold on.
Bob, I fucked it up.
Not you.
We have dropped to 3 viewers.
Damn.
We
Tragic.
appreciate everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry for a
I'm one of
25-minute break.
I have 51,000 D&D dollars.
So we could figure out the name ass.
Mm-hmm.
It was very difficult. All right, there was a lot of debate. Some good
I feel-
points. Some not so good points.
I think, my suggestions weren't heard, and I feel discriminated against.
Your
I did like the
suggestions were
idea of us
literally-
being the Soviets.
It was only the DM that got to hear them before the voting. So if
We
you
would
had
have
brought up the Soviets
Supported you.
before we started voting, I gladly would have voted for it.
I wouldn't have allowed it.
Are there are there more suggestions before I give a long-winded one?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a point on a map real
Sure.
quick.
Give me-
I wasn't sure where. I couldn't remember where it was. Sorry.
All good. I'm trying to just switch over so that we can use our new map templates. There we go. All right.
Ooh,
Yay!
Doomcock also exists. Let's not forget about him.
Ian's not showing up though, hilariously.
Uh-oh.
I think just need to.
I've barely been here all day.
Why is this happening? There we go.
This is
Okay,
why we're
I
supposed
fixed
to
it.
be here 15 minutes early.
All right, I fixed it. So the point that the elven ghost told you the previous night was round about here at this sort of like river fork.
All right. I'm assuming we have like a map of the general area in our meeting place, in the nude room, where all secrets lay bare. So I go. So it's. I know it's a bit out of. It's actually quite a bit out of the way. But while I was while I was at the library with Garm, I stumbled on some things that might be of interest, and I'm going to point out the river fork below the Emerald Sea and go from some things I was able to find. There may be some powerful art. There's stories of powerful artifacts in that area. If we are wanting to make sure that, the trading company is going to be expanding, especially if the princess is coming. She's going to take a survey of the place, and she's going to be bringing more people. We know that. I think our prudent move isn't necessarily to secure more of what we have here now, but to stretch out more before they get to it.
Hmm.
And I'm going to point back into the river fork area, and don't have specifics, but from what I understand, there is some powerful artifacts in that area that I really think we should look into.
Sort of leads me to what I was going to suggest, which is I think we need to exercise our Mordenbringer soldiers a little bit, and a little excursion away from Athelos could be a good excuse to stretch their legs.
I believe Garm had a location in mind, perhaps, Garm?
Hold on.
You're writing that, Dakota.
That's not me.
Oh no, I wrote that.
Elf stuff.
I was trying to type elf stuff, but it wouldn't let me put a text block there for some reason. Well, I think I am ready to go back to the Hallow Fens and try and find out what happened there. That is quite a bit out of the way. That is pretty far northeast of pretty much anything we can see on the map so far.
Is it even on the
Where?
map?
Yeah, where is it?
It is not on the map.
It is. Well, it is barely on the map. These
Yeah, it's like
plains up here, to the east of the Hobgoblin capital, all of those plains, and they're kind of like steppes, are known as the Hallow Fens.
Hallow what?
Fens, Fens.
That's quite a bit out of the way. But I'll be honest, I've been kind of cooped up in Atlas for a few months now, and I think I'm looking forward to stretching my legs a bit. So, if we weren't opposed to a long journey, I wouldn't mind heading towards the river fork south of the Emerald Sea, and looping back around north.
I do think we will run into some issues with the hobgoblins roundabouts there. I mean, if we wanted to, sorry, no. What were you going to say?
Going off of that, I think we just circumnavigate them entirely. So, like, if we went, like, to this camp, and then we went...
To which camp?
I can't see what you're doing.
I'm drawing a line.
Oh, it doesn't show up until you drop it.
We went like that.
I think
Yeah.
my concern would be this area here passing. I would assume because the Hobgoblin capital's here, they probably have a decent amount of control or at least recon happening on this area. What's up?
As someone that, as we are speaking of what is effectively my homeland, was there at the time much hobgoblin incursion into that area?
They didn't go
it wasn't
into the
that
fens
long
that
ago.
much. The fens themselves are not a particularly like verdant or vibrant area. There just wasn't much room for them to like expand into. They're a pretty civilized bunch. However, you do know that they've set up settlements kind of all along the Emerald Sea here. So any path you take around the Emerald Sea, you're likely to run into them at some point.
To be fair as well, we might just look like travelers.
In addition, I would like to point out, it's been a while, which is why I'm bringing this up. You do know that General Dazril, the Hobgoblin general that you met in Barren Springs, was headed north of the Hobgoblin capital to around the region of the Hallow Fens on that investigation when you guys did your downtime. You know he was looking for some sort of artifacts up above the Axepeak Mountains. But the journey that you guys are talking about taking, you know, the only hobgoblin presence you guys have really detected was northeast of Barren Springs. Barren Spring, rather.
So if we go south of the Grimwall, head up around that elf stuff, and then just keep to the east side of the Emerald Sea, we'll probably be fine. We'll have to cross a couple of rivers. I would suggest if that's going to be the case, then that we should do the Mornbringer soldiers over to where the elf stuff is, and then probably send them back afterwards. So I don't want them to come all the way up there with us.
Yeah.
Well,
the other alternative that you could do, now that you have this sort of platoon of soldiers with you, is you could send them to scout out certain areas as well. So the Wizard's Tower, you could send them to try and figure out a way through, and have them sort of explore and basically collate ways through and bring back whatever treasure to you, along with like a split for them.
Yeah, my only thing with the soldiers is the last time that we talked to them, they didn't think that I was a particularly good leader. So I was hoping to take them along on something so that I can slowly turn that around.
You have noticed in the downtime that they seem to respect you a lot more.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There's
Sorry,
been a
I don't
couple
know. Like multiple people have.
There's a couple of people
Stewing.
that have been trying to raise your prestige in their eyes.
Yeah.
All right.
Me,
Well, then I suppose
Okay.
where would we like to send the little soldiers off to?
Okay, hold
Anyone
on.
have
I
any-
saw Cameron first, and then I saw Ian.
Oh no,
oh,
that's
we
my
were
fatty
high
cat.
fiving.
Oh, cool. Got it.
Completely alternatively, I also am interested in a volcano adventure.
Volcano adventure. That's a lot
And-
closer.
That is closer. We could take the soldiers that way.
We don't have a ship to get across the water, though. Do we? Actually, do we have
The two can.
You have Captain
We
Curtis
could-
as well.
Okay.
We could get
Spear.
one. Yeah. We could see if
Quick
Captain Curtis
little
wants to sail us
water
over.
adventure? Are we okay?
I will
Little
say,
boat.
Saren, your gills have become sort of unsealed recently.
Oh, thank fucking God. I'll swim there.
I do think,
I'm not gonna swim
given that the Hallowfens is our friend Garm's homeland, perchance it should be given a bit more priority than fun volcano adventure that is not.
Yeah.
The reason for the fun volcano adventure is a bit twofold. Bit of fun, but also probably gonna have information on the dragon that we need to collect.
That's true.
Gotcha.
As well
Do
as
we-
a rune gate there as well.
Do we know how long it will take to get up to the Hallowfens
Long
with the
time.
route that we've decided?
Is we
Probably
don't
a
know if
month.
there's-
Probably a month to get there.
I think there has to be another. Okay, well, I suppose this is kind of metagaming, but there's got to be another rune gate up there somewhere, right? Like up in that region.
Well, there's one here.
We would have to go straight through the hobgoblins to get there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, also though, like, we don't know if these were like the remnants of a civilization from
Sure.
like,
6.
sorry,
Um.
like the dragons civilization potentially, and you know they may not have went past the dune peaks, or you know.
Not to turn back on the volcano specifically, but I think if we are interested in perhaps broadening our reach, it might be good to leave some soldiers in Barren Spring, seeing as that they are allies of ours. They can at least help keep an eye on our nearest, largest, somewhat friendly settlement. It's probably a good idea to check in there as well and see what has happened since we've left.
Sure.
We certainly left quickly and in not a great situation. Not saying we have to go through there, but it might be smart to at least stop by and
Okay.
pick up
So,
supplies there if we go
what-
that direction.
What if instead of the currently suggested path down south from the Grinwall, we start from Athalas and head up to Barren Springs with the troops, and then over to the elf stuff, and then meet up with the red path there? Can leave the soldiers or have them even like kind of do like a loop thing here and come back to Athalas?
If we can make it through that way, if the Hobgoblin Imperium does not still hold that north gate.
Yeah,
Do not still hold what?
Barren Springs on the east side.
The
Oh, we
north-
drove them
the
out of it,
north
didn't we?
exit.
Yes.
I think they
But
left.
we've been gone for like 6 months, so who fucking knows?
No,
at this
but
point.
during
I drove back
downtime,
recently, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
during downtime, I went up there. Not this last
During the-
downtime, but the downtime before.
The people of Barren Spring have managed to maintain control of that northeastern wall. It's now a battlement in defense of the settlement instead of against it. However, they really don't have enough soldiers to defend against a like major military force incursion from the Imperium, which was the whole problem that you guys tried to solve while you were there.
But
They don't have enough
also,
troops to stand on their own.
also,
Hmm.
like, isn't the idea that we basically forced them out of the city, but they're just at the other end of the gate?
Yes, they still
Well-
control the territory on the other side of Barren Spring. Anything
I
to the
thought
north
that's-
of the Grim, or to the northeast of the Grim Wall, is technically Imperium lands.
I thought
Yeah.
that's what I did during downtime. I thought I had scouted up here, and when I found out the Imperium capital was up on the north end,
Mhm.
they weren't like actively in this area north of Barren Springs.
So there's still Imperium settlements along the Emerald Sea. There just wasn't a major army that was preparing to push like there used to be against Barren Spring.
Okay.
It's been a while since we've done that downtime, so
Sure.
yeah, they still control the territory, but it's mostly patrols and like squadrons here and there, and a couple of like almost mothballed forts. It looks like
Sure.
most of their military force has been pulled away somewhere.
So, Sarah Nurse Ariel, I haven't heard too much of what you want to do. I could honestly go either way. I'm tempted to go more towards the Hallowfens just because it seems like there's less of a time crunch on the dragon, given that we have 9 months until the actual encounter. Even if it takes a month to get there and a month to get back, we would still have another 7 to go investigate the volcano.
Mhm.
But we're also not. I mean, when we get up there, it's not like we get there and are just spending like a day or two. I don't know. I feel like. Oh, well, I'm fine doing whatever. And I do want to do. I'm still drawing. Rip. I do want to do this eventually.
Yeah.
It does feel like this is going to be like a setting shift, essentially, where it's like, okay, we have not necessarily given up on Othalos, but we are removing ourselves from like any of the plot threads that are going to be happening there for a while. And
Sure. I get that. How fast do we think we could do volcano adventure though? I doubt it'll be more than a couple of weeks.
It is
I
right
mean-
there.
ultimately, I also am just kind of interested in scouting out the landmarks, like in the forests and stuff around this area, getting a better idea of the lay of our more extended reach.
Yeah,
But that's something that the soldiers can do also.
I think if we're heading east, we're spending a long time getting it all properly scouted and mapped out with the soldiers as well. Not beelining it to any specific destination, but just with an end point in mind and a couple hot spots to stop at on the way.
So then should we have the soldiers maybe scout that first, or sorry, go to Barren Springs, check and see how they're doing, and then scout those forests to the east while we go deal volcano stuff?
I think that makes sense.
That sounds like a good plan.
All right.
Yeah?
Repeat that one more time for me, for the slow kids.
So the Mornbringer soldiers are going to go first to Barren Springs, and then they'll go scout out, depending on how much time it takes, I suppose, they'll go from Barren Springs over to scout out the Elf Stuff forest, and then come back through this forest to go back to Othalos.
I think we should also go to Barren Spring, as whatever consequences have fallen there are primarily on our heads, so
Sure.
we should probably take a closer look as well.
I would also say, just for points of clarification, these like heavily wooded areas are really closer to jungles than they are to forests. There's so much rainfall on this sort of like latitude line that they're more akin to like what you would expect from the Amazon than they are from like North American forests. Just so everyone's aware.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay. So it would probably take a decent amount of time to get through them then.
Yeah, they're a little bit more dense in foliage and in possible dangers than in typical forests.
Okay. So then Well, they'll be all right. Well, I'll give them some instructions on how to handle themselves as they travel around.
Cool.
Maybe they could just scout out the more southern jungle there after we take them to Barren Spring and we see if that's a path that we can even get through, if that's even feasible. That way they can secure that southern route if we need that for certain, and then leaving the elf stuff to us. Unless they can get through it quickly, I don't know, but
They also might be able to lay out a path to get through.
Sure.
Yeah.
Could someone go ask Captain Curtis if, well, I suppose in the morning, if they would be willing to ferry us over to that volcano and back? So I
And
gotta
if they
find
want
out.
to come, you know,
Oh yeah.
it might be fun to hang
Yeah.
out.
Captain, have you ever come?
All right.
No
And
comment.
then I gotta go talk to Captain Rubin about the soldiers.
Okay, great. We'll do Captain Curtis first. So, Saren, you make your way over to the sailor sort of like bunkhouse. You can see they've even set up like outside this bunkhouse. They've even set up like a little bar on the beach side with a couple of different like bottles of vodka,
Swim up
tequila,
bar.
rum. Exactly. Not exactly like oceanfront or anything, but it is. It's nice, and you see a bunch of the sailors like pitching out around like a bonfire and stuff on the beach. Captain
The way
Curtis
that people-
appears to be just sort of like sitting back against the bar, elbows propped up against it, watching the men sort of having a fun time carousing. They see you
Yeah, I'll
approach.
go and sit next to them.
Hey there.
Hey. How are you?
Oh, I'm just dandy.
That's good. That's good. The team and I were wondering if you wanted to go on an adventure with us.
Is that so?
hmm
Whereabouts to?
Well, we've gotten some interesting intel about a volcano nearby, with some weird stuff going on around it. Seems like a cool place with lots of interesting people to maybe fight and maybe some loot to be had. We need a boat, obviously, to get over there. So we were like, you know who has a boat and also is just fun to be around and that we like? Captain Curtis.
Well, I'm pleased to come to the first of the list of friends that you enjoy who own a boat.
Yeah.
Sure, sounds like it could be fun.
Yeah. Cool. I think the plan is to leave next few days, maybe? Would that be enough time, do you think?
That should be fine with me.
Rad.
How long is it to get to Barren Springs again? Like a day?
It's
Like 2 days.
it's like a day and a half basically. With the mounts, it's not that bad.
We're gonna need a bit longer for her to wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably like 4 days before we leave.
Sorry,
Maybe a
like
day and a
4
half to
days.
there. Yeah.
Whenever.
Sorry,
Cool
I'm
week. Give us a
getting
cool
tuned
week.
in to my friends. Probably a cool week until we go, but yeah. I was hoping for an excuse to invite you on an adventure anyway, since, you know, it's been so busy. We don't see you as often, you know?
It has been a while for sure. I've picked up a few new tricks that maybe I can show off.
Ooh, that is very exciting. We've got some new stuff too. I mean, you'll see it when we go, but we've been figuring some cool stuff out. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, your fiance is sleeping 300 feet away.
Mhm.
I think we're fiancés. Are
Yeah,
we?
to be fair, ex-fiance.
That's fair,
Ex-fiance?
actually. Let's take it back. Do your thing, girl.
My beautiful ex. She might be gone by now, because today's the day after tax day.
Correct.
So.
No, the ship hasn't come in. You get the impression that Charlotte is supposed to leave on the ship that Winfrida arrives on.
Okay.
Cool.
Right. Thank you,
Well,
Curtis.
Of course, we'll be around. Just, I don't know, hanging out, getting into mischief.
A different Deeps warlock.
Yeah. You can come hang out with us whenever you want. Like, if you're like, oh, I want to have dinner with that one crew who's all crazy, like, we usually
The dinner with the crew.
do that.
I want to have dinner with ass.
Yes.
Perhaps. We'll see.
Okay. Bye.
Cool.
I'll scurry off.
All right. Reggie.
Guys, her charisma's so high, but my
Oh, no,
own
is it
charisma
still-
is so low.
Is it still nightfall?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'll head over to the encampment wherever Ruben and the crew is hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you make your way. It's probably like a 20-30 minute walk, something like that. They have definitely set up forces here. The barricade around the camp is like pretty fully stocked at this point. The tents are being gradually transformed into barracks and an armory and stuff. You even see some smoke rising from what might be a rudimentary forge kit, made to mostly repair weapons and equipment and stuff. You get up to the door, and one of the sort of scouts for the army says, "Commanding officer incoming!" And they open up the gates a little bit to you. You walk in, and a couple of the soldiers, not all of them, but a couple of them do sort of like salute as you walk in. And it's very simple. It's just like an arm across the chest.
I'll give one back. Anyone tell me where Captain Ruben might be hanging out right now?
As you say this, you see him approaching, or down the sort of like sandy beach way towards you.
Walk along the beach at night, Captain Ruben. Anyway,
Romantic.
Reginald?
How's it going, Captain? Everything all right with the troops?
Good so far. How are things with
Fantastic.
you and yours?
Good. We've just completed our contract with the trading company, so we are free to move about as we need to now. We're no longer exclusively tied to this location.
Excellent.
I did have a couple questions for you, if you don't mind. Do you have maybe a slightly more private area we could talk?
Of course. Shall we proceed to your commander's tent?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
I have a commander's tent?
Gonna go in, it's all dusty.
Luciana left
Oh.
it for you.
Right, of course.
Of course.
Okay. Once we're in there, Captain, I was wondering if your men have had much exercise lately. Kind of trainings are you up to? You have any objectives in the area, or are we just running drills and sort of protecting the walls?
We are running drills, but this is exercise, you understand.
Yes.
They want to murder.
Not sure what you mean by that.
They're hungry.
They
for
want to
blood.
kill.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then I think I have something that might be of interest to you. Me and the group are going to head up to Barren Springs, a local settlement up a little bit north of here.
We've heard.
Last time we visited, there was a large hobgoblin Imperium army nearby, north of them. We're gonna make sure that the city is still secure. They still have control over their own faculties and everything. And then when we return, I would love it if you and the rest of the soldiers would take a quick loop around south, first east of the Grimwall, and then down south on that jungle there, and see if there's anything that needs rooting out in between us and them. We intend to take a longer expedition that way later.
Understood.
Sound like something you'd be interested in?
We can certainly manage that. What exactly are you looking for? Just a scouting force, or are you looking for a clearing out force?
If possible, we would love to secure an actual pathway through the jungle. However, the jungles are pretty dense and difficult to navigate in the best of times, so a thorough mapping and accounting of how we would travel through would be fantastic. If you run into any troubles, feel free to destroy them, but there's no need to go seeking them out if they don't come to you.
Understood. We'll do some light scouting, map making, prepare for your arrival.
Perfect. I did notice you have a rudimentary forge kit going on out in the encampment. I would like to offer no shirts allowed, the forge that I built here. If you'd like full forge equipment, feel free to use that one anytime you wish.
We'll see. Our weaponry needs. We have most of our equipment imported from overseas. We just need a few dents banged out and a couple like chips on shoulders, on swords, worked out as well. We don't
Okay.
necessarily need to forge new equipment for the most part.
Okay.
Though the offer is noticed and appreciated.
On a slightly separate note, I did want to know, I've not been. Sorry, I'm missing what's happening in this chat on the side.
I don't know, but it's blocking Keaton's camera.
I really liked I'm offering you the chance to take your shirt off.
If you want to. I've not been part of the administrative side of this army for very long. I was wondering what your compensation from my cousin looks like. What do the soldiers get paid?
It was quite generous.
Understandable. Is it a per diem or a upon completion of your campaign? Is it monthly?
No, our families get paid a yearly salary, and all of our equipment and food needs, housing is taken care of us while we're on the job.
Okay. All right. Well, I was just curious.
Nothing
Thank
for you to concern yourself with.
No, I was merely wondering how effective a financial incentive might be if I were to offer some sort of bonus or bounty or things that we wanted to get done for the soldiers to take on. But if your families are already taken care of, I imagine it would be nothing more than pocket change to gamble and trade about amongst the soldiers themselves.
I want to make something very clear and understand. I know you don't ask this out of disrespect. We're not mercenaries. We don't do this for gold. We don't. When it can't be bought by anybody. We can't be outbid on. Any cash incentive that you might offer would be considered a little bit insulting.
Understood.
So,
well, thank you.
How noble.
We serve your family. The
I can
family
offer
takes
them
care of us.
spiritual.
And it works out that way.
All right. Well, I think that's all I had.
They want the honor of the kill.
What?
They want the honor of the kill.
They do.
And
There
am
are
I
velocity-
understanding you're traveling with us to Barren Spring, and then we shall make the roundabout trip on our own?
Correct, yes. You'll have command of the troops from that point forward.
Understood.
All
I
right.
don't wanna be
Then
fed,
I will
he
see
wants
you
to hunt.
bright and early in the morning. Oh, in case you wanted to tell them to bring any specific equipment, we have found velociraptors to be a particular problem in the jungles around here. So if there's any spears or anything like that that gives you a bit more reach, those are helpful to have around.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But
see you in the morning,
per-
Ruben.
Cuckoo.
I'll give a
Perhaps
little salute and then I'm out. Oh, sorry. What's up?
perhaps he has a meeting with Juniper at some point just to inform her of the plans. So because isn't her
She's on the way, but her forest is the one that we're in right now, a little bit north of us, not the one off to the east, I think.
okay? Totally fine.
And we also, when Ruben showed up, we did tell them when they were doing their first rounds around the city not to fuck with the forest too far to the north because that's Juniper's area. So
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah,
Never mind.
You told them to not seek out threats, just take
Yeah.
care of them if they cross them. So I think
Yeah.
I think it's a good concern, but I think they hopefully get the picture.
hopefully.
Probably.
Hopefully.
They seem well trained.
Cool. All right. Salute. We're out. Bye.
Cool. You eventually make your way back to the mansion. Yeah. And all of you can take a long rest. Is there anything that anybody wants to do before
Yay.
bedding down?
I want to go to the tavern.
Okay, cool. Do we have a name for that tavern yet?
We
It
did.
was, Ragnar was originally trying to call it, but it was still going to be like 500 years. He was going to call it 500 beers.
It was
Yeah,
the Ragnar
beer.
Memorial
I
Tavern.
like 500 beers. I'll take
500 beers is good.
I think it's like 500 beers colon the
Ragnar
Ragnar
Memorial
Memorial Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the name that we gave
Oh
it.
my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It absolutely was.
What a fucking name.
It's pretty good.
Cool.
Keaton doesn't remember.
I don't remember either.
I've forgotten.
Find it. I have a note somewhere here. I'll find it.
Okay, cool.
Keaton doesn't remember Ragnar shaking.
Yeah,
my
you head out
head.
to the tavern. Does anybody want to join Garm?
Yes.
I'll join them.
I'll join.
Nice. Saren?
Uh, yeah, he's
Cool.
going. I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Cool. You guys all
I wanna-
head out to 500 Beers, the Ragnar Memorial Tavern.
I want to get in a pit
Yeah.
fight.
Nice.
I want to do a bar brawl.
Nice. Yeah, there's some like light boxing going on there. There's a small little ring outside where these kind of like mud wrestlers are like in the rain, just getting like handsy with each other and trying to
Yeah, they
get
are.
one over on
And
each
they
other.
fucking
Shirtless
are.
in the rain.
It's what Ragnar would have wanted.
Yeah.
It's romantic. It's how Ragnar would have wanted it.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and there's all those drinks that I made.
Yeah, exactly.
The cocktails.
Saren
Well,
on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since we've been able to sit down like this. Not since we first met, really.
Been a while. I'm just twirling
How
the
long
little
has it
umbrella
actually
that was in my
been
drink.
since we started this whole thing?
Well, we started in like February of 2020.
Okay.
Around then.
It was before then.
No, it was after then.
Oh, 2020. I was thinking 2021. I thought for some reason I translated that as 2022, and I was like, no, it's before that.
We started in August of 2021.
Yeah, but we started talking about characters and stuff. in,
That's
like,
true.
February.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
finished in February of 2021, and then
That's
it took us 6 months to get going.
I think I was more asking in game. How many months has it been since we started this whole thing?
Probably 5 or 6,
Hey,
I think in total.
I fear. Anyone got any birthdays coming up? Have we
Wait,
passed any
so
birthdays
what's
without
the
celebrating them?
what's the equivalent of the month we started into a real world month?
You started in hold on. Let me
God, where's my fucking notes?
pull up my map.
When is my birthday?
You
What a
started
thought.
in essentially the equivalent of March, near the beginning of it. And
Oh, so
it's-
we're like
it's
the
now
fall.
it's now about August or September.
Saren's birthday is in the
Um,
equivalent of November.
I think we're in Highhammer now.
December.
She's a Scorpio.
2,
Damn.
You could, yeah.
3.
I'm sticking with March.
Yeah,
I'm Pisces.
We're in Highhammer.
Seeing them get cozy, and just like Asteria was like getting kind of antsy with just how today's gone. Just need to. Sees No going out. I'm assuming No's joining the shirtless rain wrestling stuff.
Oh, we should
Astaria's
take
gonna
a
like
look.
kind of like watch over, nurses drink a little, watch over again, goes, fuck it. And he's gonna he's gonna take off like the top part of his leather armor and his shirt and just kind of shove it to Reggie. You saw nothing, and he's gonna it just like he's like showing off as much of his full body tat as he can as he leaves.
I love the idea of Asariel as like a pugilist.
Yeah.
Like he's coming in like
In an alternate universe, he's a monk for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and like with the armor off, and so like it's like because you see like his like he has like face and on his hands, but you'll see like with the shirt off, it's all connected like along his back, his ribs and such.
Hmm.
Reggie is committing every second of this to memory.
Get the camcorder out.
Yep. Like, God, I wish I had a photographic memory right now.
Cool.
All right. Anyway.
And I'll
It has
go
been a while
back
since
up
we've
No
all
out there.
Sat down and talked.
Are you guys getting
Garm-
drinks, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Get a round of drinks.
Nice. Mark off 2 copper for each drink that you get.
Alright.
They're just simple
Alright.
ales. That's nothing. They don't have anything like really fancy here yet.
Ugh.
Can I actually walk up to the barkeep and just hand him 10 silver and say, "Are we good for now?"
Yeah.
All right. I'll take a couple cups, like a pitcher of beer, and I'll bring it back to the table.
What I would pick, but sure.
I'm interested, Gorm, just because our companions have run off to go naked wrestling through the rain. This hollow
They are
fen.
want to do.
This is a first for me. Fuck off.
Okay, Jesus. Who is doodling on the top half of the map? Scroll up, please, on roll 20.
What? What's going on?
Oh my god.
There's so much.
I just switched away from the map. Holy shit.
There's so much. I like that there's a
Wow.
little bone by Hollow
Guys,
Fens,
it's
though.
Dungeons and Dragons. That's it, right there.
That's us.
But
Who
there's a
did that? Was it Cat?
It's Garm's staff.
I think it was Cat for sure.
And this is Reggie's hammer. And that's Cat, literally.
But anyway,
There's Garm's bones.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Those
Anyway,
are my bones.
The Hollow Fens. I've never heard of it. I know you want to visit, but I didn't quite catch the specifics. What was the purpose of our visit, I suppose?
Sorry, did I perhaps not tell you exactly how I came to be a part of this journey?
I had heard you say it was your homelands, but I unfortunately missed everything after that.
I
Well, it would
absolutely
be
did not
like-
do those.
It would be long before I discussed the homelands. But perhaps you were not there when I told my story. I thought you were. I thought everyone
Which
was.
one? Sorry, it's been over a month
think
out of game. Literally, what
The
story?
one
was
where
this?
the one where I was meant to be ritually sacrificed on behalf of my clan.
Yes.
Oh,
Now I
that
remember.
that old chestnut.
Okay.
Mhm.
That makes more
Yes.
sense.
So my goal in joining this expedition
Cameron.
from its outset
What?
was to eventually gather my own party and make my way back there and try and find out why my clan all disappeared in a manner that we saw very similarly as in Mir and Mord. So
Gotcha. Makes more sense.
I'm just interested in trying to find out what happened as the ongoing conflict between Unash and Biral seems to be escalating
Right.
inside my head as well. So perhaps this has something to do with it. But it is, aside from being my place of my birth, it is fairly unspeakable. Not unspeakable. A fairly uninteresting land. Large, sweeping swaths of swamp, primarily.
Do you
There is
know-
one.
Sorry.
One large landmark. A large stone, not a plinth, but like a small mountain. And by small mountain, I mean like really small, but very tall.
really small mountain. Okay, so like a hill.
No, it's more like a very large boulder,
Okay.
but it is shaped somewhat like a mountain.
Okay.
We called it the Hollow Mount, but it is not a mount, so to speak. It is just a large stone.
Is it hollow?
No, it is hollow.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. And of course, I know what the difference is between those two words. But for Saren, who's rather drunk, what's the difference between those two words?
It means it is holy or it is blessed,
Gotcha.
just like
Could
the
it be
Hollow
hollow as
Fens.
well?
I mean, that is potentially true, but I can't say that there were any of my people who ever tried to take a look inside. Not to my knowledge, anyway.
I'm not.
I have a sword that can cut through stone. Maybe we find out.
I'd rather we not find out.
Okay.
I mean, it is still a large boulder, an extremely large boulder, so it would
Okay.
take some time,
A
I would think.
nice boulder.
Well, I look
like
forward
that
to the chance
boulder.
to explore it. Do you know what
That's a
types
nice
of
boulder.
creatures or adversaries we may run into in the area? Like we have velociraptors down here in the jungles, obviously. Is there something in the swamps that we should be aware of?
There are similar reptilian creatures there. Usually they're a bit longer and what's the name that you might know in common.
Serpentine?
Like
Short or tall
like
or
a
Like an
like
ostrich.
a crocodile.
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 Yeah, a crocodile. Yeah, sir. Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's what they were called.
We got
Can't
some
say I've ever heard that one.
crocodiles.
Yeah, something like that.
Crocodile.
Some of them very large, like
I needed a new pair of
like
boots.
10 meters long.
Are they like scaly, like the velociraptors were?
Yes,
Oh.
they are reptilian.
The velociraptors also were not scaly, by the way.
They're
They were feathered.
This is
They're still
Jurassic Park.
reptiles.
Shut
That
up.
is
still
not
reptiles.
Jurassic
The
Park.
velociraptors are like the
They're still
birds and us.
reptiles.
Okay. So not scaly then. The opposite of the velociraptors. They're scaly.
Yeah, exactly. A
Gotcha.
feather or scaled like the basilisk, though, that you bought. The venom tail basilisk that was poisoning the river.
Oh yes. Oh yes. God, so much has happened.
But there, some wandering spirits and such, will-o-wisps, that sort of thing. Usually the sorts of things that wouldn't bother you if you didn't bother them. No idea what it's like now, what with the change of, an entire clan of gnolls not being there anymore. So
Right.
what has become of it now, I cannot say, but that's what I'm hoping to find out.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose we go as soon as we come back from the volcano, possibly, to go check it out. I do have to agree with No on this one, though. It does feel very much like we're leaving Athelos behind for a chunk of time. Unless we happen to find one of the rune gates up there, we have no easy way of returning besides making the trek back.
I think we're ready. I think the settlement is ready. And I think we have other goals in mind now that our contract is complete. I think it's time to see if this place can really stand on its own without us.
All right. If you don't mind, I have some naked wrestling I'd like to join.
Please.
Throw off my clothes and join.
Nice. Awesome. Cool.
Uh,
Well,
My
as
turn
you
to go to the bathroom.
as you guys carouse and get drinks and have a possibly one of the first relaxing nights of feeling like you're just back in civilization, as you prepare and go take another long rest at the mansion, when you wake up, you prepare to make your expedition towards Barren Spring. And that is where we're going to call things for today.
Hey.
Hey.
Tax and planning session. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Ah, damn.
And naming session.
And name. Oh, ass.
Ass. Yep.
But now
love
it's
it.
done.
Here's the
and
thing. It can go from Athelos Security Squad to anywhere Security Squad.
True.
That's nice. That's good. That's good shit.
That's the first
Eventually
one.
it'll
really
be-
hope that the next place we show up is also named with an A at the start.
There you go.
Eventually
Everything
it'll
is
be the-
mysteriously named with the letter A from now on.
We can eventually be the Universal Security Squad, so when we show up, hey,
Us.
it's us.
Us.
Nice. Oh, we could be like Alexander the Great. We just rename everything Alexandria as soon as
There you
we
go.
go there, and then it's always A.
There you go. Everything's
Next
named
place will take
Athelos.
over Athelos 2.
Athelos 2. Yep. Athelos
New
3.
Athelos.
Barren Springs and be like, hey, Papa, you thought about rebranding maybe?
Well,
What
well,
about
and
Athelos?
that's what I was gonna say is we can rebrand that. After we're done with our us phase, that way we can be the USSR.
Nice.
True.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank
Universal
you everybody
Security
for
Squad
joining us.
Revolution.
We're
Soviets.
stoked to be back. We've got some fun stuff that we want to try doing shortly here too. So stay
I
tuned
agree,
this month
comrade.
for some possibly new programs coming in.
Sweet.
And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.